keep the crowd really warmed up. Come on up. All right. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, Summer Azim.
How sure do you think I am? I'm offended. Honestly. How are you guys? Are you good? Yeah? Having fun? Please give it up for everyone that you saw earlier. Thank you, Amanda, for the water. I'm very parched. So I've been thinking about getting Life Alert recently. It's never too early. But just so I could have someone to talk to. Because they have to pick up, right? No matter how often you call, they have. It's illegal if they don't. I was thinking about creating an at-home abortion kit yesterday, and I was thinking the slogan should be, "It's not delivery, it's your choice." Hot take. I was at the weed store the other day, and the guy behind the counter gave me a choice between presidential OG and Jesus OG. And I took the Jesus OG because I believe in the separation of church and state. So there's been a lot going on in the news lately about Civil War monuments, you know, and getting rid of them, and because what they represent and all that good shit, bad shit. And I was thinking, you know, they should replace them with like other things that are very empowering. And so I came up with a list of like things that they should replace them with. And the first thing I thought of was a statue of O.J. Simpson making a snow angel in a pile of gloves. Someone just leave. I'm mad. No, but like the inscription would be like, "I did it." But it's vague. You're just like, oh, did you make the snow angel or did you murder someone? The next thing I thought of was a statue of Barack Obama getting his hair braided. That's a powerful image. Next, just like Barack Obama in between like his aunt's legs, like a pillow there. That's a black joke. The next thing I thought of was Oprah sitting on Betsy Ross's face while she sews a Black Liberation flag. It's tight. Like instead of kingdom come, it's like femdom come. It's cute. I support it. The next one was a statue of Flavor Flav, just a statue of Flavor Flav, like nothing special. Because he's a gift to us all. And then the last thing was Beyonce riding on a chariot driven by 7 headless Confederate soldiers. It takes you there, it takes you there. So guys, it's that time of year where everyone's getting depressed, and it's chill, you know, it's fine. Everyone goes through it. It's fine. And I don't know, I've been going up and down, you know, like life is a roller coaster. Get on or get off, it's up to you. Damn, that was very dark and I didn't take it. Everyone was just like, yeah. I'm gonna rattle that person's wall today. No, like, I've been just kind of, you know, just like doing the best that I can. And luckily, like, it's been going well. And one of the things that, like, made it go well was my, like, trying to find the silver linings within depression. And one of the ones that I thought of were the depression meals. They're delicious. They're incredibly heinous. So, like, for mine one time was like 4 hot dogs, no bun, just 4 hot dogs. It was so good. The best meal I've ever had. You can do like fancy things, like put them on a fork and then like over the eye of the stove. You're camping. But you didn't have to leave your house. It wasn't like perilous. You're just like, I'm camping, but there's a toilet. Do you guys know what's more mystical and fearsome than a vampire?
What?
Thank you. Talk. It's a Muslim. Yeah, it's very weird. You know, I was walking to the store the other day, and this guy out of his car just yells, "Bible!" like at me. And so I walked up to his car and I shot him. Self-defense. I stood my ground. Yeah, no, people treat Muslims like we're like some sort of like weird vampires that like if you say like one like keyword or do like this one thing that will just like vanish or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Like one thing that like people do when they're Islamophobic and they have a restaurant where a lot of other Islamophobic people work, they like, because they know Muslims can't eat pork, like that's haram. So they would like put pork in Muslims' food, like to just like fuck with them, just like, oh, we gave them pork, blah blah blah. But what they don't know is that like, if you know it's pork, it's bad.
Oh, good.
But you know, if you don't know, it's like, it's fine, like it wasn't your intention, you didn't intend to eat pork, so it's like, keep making my food delicious, please. Don't tell me. Keep that on the low, like. It's not serious. So I'm Muslim. Surprise. Everyone just starts holding up crosses. Sweating with holy water. So I'm Muslim, and a lot of people, you know, like, general assumption is that, like, when you're Muslim and you cover, you're very strict. You know, like, you adhere to these, like, very rigid rules, when some do, and a lot do, but there's also, like, a minority of us that don't. And what I feel like it makes me more comfortable within that is how my dad was when I was a kid. Like, he grew up Muslim, not grew up Muslim, but like he converted when he was 11, and you know, just started like going to mosque and shit like that. Prior to that, he was Catholic, but he started like going to mosque and like learning and becoming more and more Muslim. And one of the things that he told me, like what made him convert, was he met Farrakhan this one time. Do you know who Farrakhan is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't, you fucking believe. But Bariekman is like the current leader of the Nation of Islam, just like a very old and a very influential like black Muslim community. And you know, he said that he looked up to him. He was like, that's like the first black man that he saw that was like doing shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was like fucking just on his shit and just like being a good man. And he said that that's what inspired him. And so I grew up with him like telling those stories and him just being like, yeah, I look up to this man a lot. Like he is the reason why I am who I am now. But at around 2005, 2006, my dad started trolling him. Like he would go onto the Nation of Islam message boards and then go like, so I just donated to the Nation of Islam, but I have one question. So I noticed that Bariekman is like 60 years old and his hair is pitch black. I just want to know what percentage of my donation goes to hair dye. You look up at the dude like, what? Why are you doing this? Why are you like making me a complex being? But he did this for like a while. Like honestly, this like went on for like a year. Like and they would ban him and he would make new accounts. Like that's how deep that shit went. And so it's just like, I don't know. I always grew up with that complexity of just like, you know, yeah, like there may be a God, but people are still fucking people. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not, oh, I'm gonna be afraid of you because you could die at any second. Oh, okay. Fine, you're supreme or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think about that and I'm like, damn, you raised me. You did the thing. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. The one thing that does like bother me though is the fact that like, so vampires aren't real, right? Yet we still have a more diverse representation of them than we do Muslims. And it bothers me. Like, fucking the first, like, so we went from Nosferatu, Max Schreck, to Edward Cullen. Like, what? Tell me how that happened. Like, I would go to all the classes, 8 a.m. on the dot, just so I can find out, like, how we thought, like, a fucking random-ass fictional being would be like, maybe in the earlier seasons we should make them ugly, but towards the end, make them glittery. Make them hot. Make teenage girls want them, even though they're like 2,000 years old. But just make that happen. It's very weird. I honestly just really long for the day when there's a movie that comes out and it's about this little white girl who falls in love with this brown boy, and you know, one of the scenes, one day she like takes him out to the woods and she's like, I know what you are. And he's like, say it then, see it. And she's like, I know what you are. And he's like, say it, say it. She goes, you pray 5 times a day and you don't eat pork. You're a Muslim. He's like, Alhamdulillah, and then he runs to the east. And that's just how it is. That's my America. How much time do I have?
You're at 13 and a half minutes.
Okay, and I have like until 20?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to spend a couple minutes talking about Degrassi. That is my life right now. It's so good. It's just like, so I watched Degrassi The New Generation. Like, I don't know, I was a weird kid, and I went through a phase in my like early teenagehood watching like the 80s Degrassi. and then I found out that they brought it back when I was that age, and I watched that as well. And you know, I took a break from it and like grew up, and then like watched it again as like an adult who has like experienced and like done some of the things that those kids did in high school. And like, I don't know, it just really changes your like view of that show. Because you're like, you didn't have to tell your mom. You could just been a secret. Like, why would you tell your mom that you're on Molly? Like, don't. Just go to bed. That's how that happened. You just stumble in and you're like, and then you go to bed. That's it. Yeah, but like, I noticed that like one of the central characters of that show is like the offspring of two of the other characters from the original show from the 80s. And you know, they in the first like 5 seasons they like really push her storyline hard. But what fucked me up was that like she's like 14. She's like honestly the prototype to like Lena Dunham. She's like one of those like white feminists who are just awful. And so like it gets to a point in the series where she is like abortion shaming her own mom. But it's just like, girl, take a seat. First of all, listen, your mom is pregnant by your fucking teacher. Do you want that? Like, just take a minute and just sit and just think about, like, do you really want, like, oh, dang, Emma's mom has been banging our computer professor. That's embarrassing. That's just like, oh, your mom's a nerd. Like, oh, she couldn't bang the history teacher or the art teacher. She had to bang the computer science teacher. Just like, Emma, you don't know all the facts yet. Like, chill before you start abortion shaming your mom who just said that she was thinking about doing it, and you're like, yo, you can't because you could have done it with me. And it's just like, yeah. She could have done it with you. Then we wouldn't have had this fucking dumbass girl on this season. Like, I agree with that. Honestly, if your mom could go back in time, do that shit. It's fun. It's weird. It's also like fun seeing Drake's trajectory. You know. You were literally on Degrassi, like you spent. It's fucking weird. It's like you literally were like a side character for like most of the season until you got like fake shot. So, oh, did you not know? Oh well, Drake is shot. It really like turns the whole series around. It's shocking. It's shocking, and it's just like they do the fucking fat character so dirty. So like the fat character ends up being like a plus size model, and it's like super. Honestly, she's hot as hell. Like she like is the hottest person in the school, like in real life, but in the show because she was fat, they had to make her like. She's like, oh, no one likes it because she's fat, but it's just like. You know she's breaking it down. Like, come on. Why are you lying? Like, why are you devaluing this human being because she's fucking fat? Meanwhile, Paige is over here pudgy but not cute still. How does that happen? It's just, I don't know why I went on a weird Terry rant. Because they do her so dirty. They like, she ends up in a coma for some weird reason. And then they like never expand on that character, and then after that there's no other like fat character, and it's just like, oh, I see how you think of us. We're just side characters, and you're like, huh? Everyone's silent because they're like, oh fuck. You fat fool. You go home and apologize to all your fat friends. I'm like, what? After all this time? My internet has been out recently, so I've had a lot of time to make up my own conspiracy theories. It's been fun so far. Barack Obama started the Ku Klux Klan, you know? We'll just take it there. According to my research on the non-internet and no books at all whatsoever. That's my conclusion. So I grew up in a very religiously mixed background. Like I said earlier, my dad's family grew up Catholic. My mom grew up Mormon, shocker. And I have like an aunt who's like a Jehovah's Witness. Just like it's a lot of things. And so I think because yeah, it is. It's like damn. It's like how many books do you want me to read? I'm already in college. Like I'm trying to relate to you, but at the same time, you're making it hard. No, so I think because of that, I have like the best heaven insurance. Like I have a little bit of all, you know. Like when I die, I'm just like, hey, claim me, whoever. My soul is here. I will throw up any set. Just so like I don't know. I feel like because my grandmother created me as a Mormon, I'm just like I should get my own planet for that. Like that's something. That's not nothing. Like I spent a lot of time weird ass dinners with her and her fucking missionary friends who like I don't know. Is anyone Mormon? Does anyone know a more better question? They're weird as hell. They're weird as hell. They're kind of cool. They're kind of cool unless you like bring up race and like how they're fucked up and they're like, oh god. But one of the things that they do is that they light like they have this tea bag, right? And they empty it, and it's like nothing in it, but it's a tea bag. And then they turn it into like a square, and they like light it, and then towards the end, they're just like they play it up as like, oh, do you think this is gonna burn you, or will God save you at the last minute?
Oh.
It's manipulation, I agree. It burns down, but since it's a tea bag and also hollow and very thin, by the time it gets to like close to your hand, it like, I don't know physics, but like it just goes up. Because it was never gonna go to your hand anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it's like that light, and so it's just like, oh, and so it's like, God did it. But it's like, no, that's science. That's literally, okay, I guess it's God, I guess, I don't know. You do that with shit, and it's just like, I've suffered through enough of that, I should get my own planet. My great-grandmother and my grandmother and like my dad's family are all Catholic. I've been to enough Catholic masses that, I don't know, like, St. Peter should just knock down them gates when I show up. Like, you know? It's like, I got red carpet, like, this wasn't even my shit and I still went, so I deserve to be in there. My aunt is a Jehovah's Witness. I never celebrated my own birthday. So, and that's not what they do, so I'm just like, whatever y'all do in the afterlife, I'm there. Because I didn't have that celebration of my life. And that's apparently what you guys do. You're very morbid religion. Hey, I'm chill with it, it's fine. You don't bother nobody. Except when you knock on my door and I'm like, why? You don't bother me outside of that. I don't know, I feel like I was born Muslim, I grew up Muslim, like that's my shit. So like, by default, Allah should just be like, oh, she don't gotta check her. They don't check my wrist for like a stamp or anything. They're just like, no, she's above 12. She's fasted every Ramadan. I think I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Do you think that ISIS would get the respect of Fox News if they changed their name to Al-Qaeda?